move on, when I say the term directed writing, what comes to your mind? I need your responses in the chat. Go on then. What do you think possibly directed writing means? Straightforward, okay. Come on, guys, whatever comes to mind when I say the word directed writing. Zura has already given me that she believes it's straightforward. What about the rest of you all? I know we got this. No? Okay. So first and foremost, we need to understand the difference between directed writing to define purpose. Okay, Aisha? Good enough, beta? As you guys can see my screen, I'm going to write down composition writing and directed writing. Who can tell me, whatever you guys understand, is the difference between the two? What do you think directed writing means? And what do you think composition writing means? Can either one of you tell me that? Any idea at all? You can also turn your mic on and tell me. Hastan, maybe you have any idea better? No? Nope. Okay, good enough. What about you, Vanya? Muhammad, Sarosh? No? Vanya, is that supposed to be a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I think you mean to give me a thumbs down? Okay. अच्छा, ठीक है. देखो, understand this, बच्चों, and I'll tell you this in the capacity of what I've heard O-level students telling me. A lot of O-level students would tell me, composition writing में हमें एक topic मिलता है, उसके ऊपर लिखना होता है. And directed writing में हमें एक passage मिलता है और उसके ऊपर लिखना होता है. But that was not the case before 2024 May June. 24 मई जून से पहले डायरेक्टेड राइटिंग का भी आप लोगों को सिर्फ टॉपिक ही मिलता था. तो फिर व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द टू? लेट्स एक्चुअली डिफाइन द डिफरेंस सो वी एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट वी आर टैकलिंग एट दिस पॉइंट. फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट वी अंडरस्टैंड कि composition writing, it consists of two genres. We have narrative writing and we have descriptive writing. ऐसा ही है. We no longer have argumentative writing, which used to be the case before May June 2024. अगर आप May June 24 से पहले past papers देखेंगे, you will come across argumentative writing as well. But now, starting with May June 24 syllabus change, you only either tackle descriptives or narratives. Whereas when it comes to directed writing, beta, we have a letter, we have email. Miss, how will we practice then? Beta, practice what, Aisha? If past papers, देखो आयशा बेटा, हमारे पास अभी भी देखो, we have the past papers from May June 24 and October November 24. इसी तरह we have the past papers from May June 25 and October November 25, and then we have the past papers from May June 26 as well now. So you have 5 series of past papers, और उसके अलावा we have all the practice papers that I have been giving you, which have been made on the very basis of the past papers. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So you will have enough and ample practice, and I'm sure you guys are getting enough practice already, considering I've been uploading a lot of practice papers in the Google Classroom. Isn't that the case? So those practice papers have been made by me for your convenience, because हमारे पास ज़्यादा past papers नहीं हैं. But yes, starting now, we will now be working on past papers. हम ये करेंगे कि Wednesday वाली class we will dedicate to a past paper practice in class, inshallah. All right? We will be tackling paper 1. Muqaddas beta, are you in class now? Can you hear me? Okay, beta. All right. Chalo. Now that we have understood that these are the categories of composition writing and directed writing, this still does not tell us कि इन दोनों के बीच में difference क्या है. Composition writing, how is it different than directed, and how is directed different than composition? We are not looking at their categories or we are not looking at their genres. ये तो types हैं. If you, let's suppose, take A levels inshallah in the future at a certain point, for example English, so you'll come across so many more writing types as well. You will come across blog writing, even recipe writing, travel logs, वो सारे directed writing में आते हैं. So directed writing is an umbrella term, just as composition writing is. Are we following so far? हमने समझना ये है कि असल में इन दोनों का डिफरेंस क्या होता है. So दोनों का डिफरेंस is pretty simple. Composition writing aims to entertain, whereas directed writing aims to inform, to persuade, or to educate. Now let me give you a few examples. Yes, we have started paper 2 Muqaddas. We have started directed writing. Abhi we are literally in the initial phase of it because we are understanding the difference between composition and directed. Okay, beta? Acha, let me ask you guys, each one of you one question. Each one of you in the chat box will write down the subject you hate the most and the subject you love the most. Go on, guys. In the chat box, please. I want an answer from everyone in the class. Okay. I hate maths. I love English and history. Amazing, Muqaddas. That's really good to know because this literally was my combination as well. Subject I like would be maths. Hate would be chemistry. Love would be biology. Okay. ठीक है. Good enough, Zuna. Aisha. Okay. You hate maths and business studies, Aisha? Or do you love business? Okay. You love, oh my God, Hasnain, you must be a genius, beta. You love chemistry and you hate ag maths. Okay, you and me both. All right, Sarosh hates physics but love maths. Good enough, well done. Good to go. Hates chemistry, love physics. Wow, Muhammad. I have some geniuses sitting in my class. I hate Urdu and history. Okay, good enough, Aisha. Vania, mate, मुझे लगता है बेटा आप रह गई हो बस. Quickly. Come on, come on. Vanya, we are waiting for you. So one subject you hate the most and one subject you love the most. Okay. So while Vanya is writing this down, okay, you like physics, you hate chemistry. Wow, you guys are geniuses, honestly. I hated maths when I was doing my O-levels and I think I hated chemistry more. And I loved English and history. Those were my best subjects. Anyway, the point is, yes, Muqaddas, definitely in this case we're twinning. Achha, my point is, कि कभी ऐसे होता है, why chemistry? Hasnain, I feel like chemistry and I can never see eye to eye with each other. I just really hated it and I felt like this was something that no teacher could teach me. And like nothing on my teachers, honestly, I was just really dumb at it. So, yep, anyway, yes, maybe, perhaps, absolutely, Hasnain. Okay, yes, it also includes math equations as well. Acha. Now let me ask you guys, I hated organic chemistry the most, Hasnain, oh my God. It was a nightmare. Let me ask you guys one thing. कभी ऐसे होता है कि you open up a textbook of that subject you do not like and 5 minutes or 10 minutes studying into it, you start yawning. ऐसी नींद आती है जैसे कभी नहीं आई और जैसे कभी आप लोग सोए नहीं हैं. कभी ऐसे होता है? I instantly feel like sleeping. Yes, me with Urdu, Pakistan studies, okay. What about the rest of you? I was this when it came to sciences, Pakistan studies and Islamiyat, okay, Sarosh. What about the rest of you guys? Come on. So होता है ना, सबके साथ होता है कि there's certain textbooks that we open up and we instantly feel like we're gonna fall asleep. Specifically with the subjects we do not like to study. The subjects we like, maybe we are more patient with them and we don't feel like our brain is shutting off. Similarly, let me ask you guys one more thing. When we go to watch a movie, or we have a movie night at home perhaps, how many of you instantly you fall asleep, or you feel like your brain is shutting off? ऐसे होता है with either one of you? What do you guys think? Exactly. Sometimes, or maybe not at all, right? Because movies are beta entertaining you, whereas your textbooks are teaching you something. The information given in your textbooks, whether that's a maths textbook, chemistry, Pakistan studies, or Islamiyat, or English for that matter, it is teaching you something. It's leading with facts. It is not telling you stories. Isn't that the case? That information will factually come in handy at some point in the future. ऐसा ही है ना मेरा बेटा? All of you? Isn't that the case? Yes, exactly. And apart from that, जब हम कोई मूवी देखते हैं या इवन हम जब नैरेटिव खुद भी लिखते हैं, let's suppose we take the example of Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or Matilda, any of those movies, those are entertainment movies. That's literally entertainment because that's fiction. And that's kind of like, making us forget the real world for a bit. The problems of the real world for a bit. Isn't that the case? It's entertainment. It is your way of relaxing or the brain's way of relaxing. ऐसा ही है ना? So this is the major difference between composition writing and directed writing. Narratives and descriptives mein beta, you are allowed to be creative. You're allowed to tell me that you saw a man on the street who had the tail of a cat, but maybe the horns of a rhinoceros, or maybe a unicorn horn. Whatever you come up with. You know what I'm saying? बड़े मजे की बात है. I'll share this with you guys. मतलब I feel like it was human creativity at its finest as well, but also kind of lame as well. I remember when I was very young and I was in Karachi, I went to the zoo with my family once. अच्छा, अब कराची का zoo मशहूर था बचपन में भी हमारे कि it's really bad as opposed to the zoo in Lahore. But obviously because I was in Karachi at that point, I would visit Lahore only occasionally because my father used to be here. उस time पे obviously I was living in Karachi, so my family decided to go for a picnic, right? हम zoo गए and I was very young. I was maybe in grade 2 maybe or grade 3. अच्छा, when we reached the zoo, we instantly saw that there was a line. There was a huge line in front of a cage. अब मुझे नहीं पता कि कराची जू में ये अभी भी वो एक नमूना है कि नहीं है, बट लाइन किस चीज पे लगी हुई थी. सो बेसिकली वहां पे लिखा हुआ ये था कि दिस इज द केज ऑफ मुमताज महल. दिस वाज लिटरली रिटन ऑन द केज, मुमताज महल. आज जब हम आगे गए तो हमने देखा कि देयर वाज लिटरली अ मैन, बेसिकली नॉट अ मैन, ही वाज अ ट्रांस मैन. और उस ट्रांस मैन की ना शक्ल है और उसके पीछे पूरी बॉडी जो है ना वो किसी लायन की डेड बॉडी है विद अ टेल प्रिजर्व्ड. यस, एग्जैक्टली मुकद्दस, यू रिमेम्बर. अब वो ना उसकी उन्होंने वो एक होल बना के उसका मुंह निकाला हुआ था एंड दैट एनिमल वाज टॉकिंग टू अस. तो उन्होंने वो एक स्पेसिमेन बनाया हुआ था, यूनिक एनिमल, कि देखो हमारे पास हाफ मैन और हाफ एनिमल जो है ना वो एक कोई स्पीशीज है. So that was something so lame, but something so creative as well that Karachi Zoo, and they earned a lot of money from Mumtaz Mahal. But that was so lame. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, when I remember it now, I obviously laugh out loud because when I saw that whatever it was quite funny. So that is creative writing for you guys. That is a narrative. That is a descriptive. You know what I'm saying? Particularly in narrative, I'm not. It is still there. Acha, I haven't been. Obviously, it's been a long time. क्योंकि लाहौर में we have proper and normal animals now. So I did not realize कि Karachi still has. Hasnan, have you never been? आपने नहीं देखा बेटा? And Sarosh, where are you from, beta? I know that all of the others where they are from, but where are you from, beta? Okay, Hasnan did not. Okay. Hasnan खैर था, probably ask your parents maybe, they might know. तो बेटा creative writing is that for you. Ma'am, I'm from Khariyan. अच्छा ठीक है, okay. Then probably you can also go and see the specimen. You've never been to no way, Hasnain, no. Come on. Not even when you were young? I don't buy that. Come on, Hasnain. So you have to go, okay, just for the heck of it. खैर, तो creative writing बेटा ये होती है. But when it comes to our directed writing, we need to understand this in our entirety, bete, that you are to lead with facts. Do you understand that? Yes? Please understand this, that even in fiction, even something that did not happen, when you're writing an article or a report or a speech, even if you're making it up, let's suppose you're writing on a sports day that never happened, you still have to stick to the entirety of that sports day. What it means for students, what it might mean for teachers or for the admin body of the school. You can't bring things in, sports day mein flying competition tha. You know what I'm saying, guys? Do you understand, bachcho? Are we good to go? Right. So we have to understand this in its entirety, that no matter what happens, we have to stick to facts when it comes to directed writing. Now let's take a look and go further ahead. अब ये जो genres हैं, we have these genres when it comes to. अच्छा, इसमें मैं एक चीज रिमाइंड करवा दूं आप लोगों को बेटा. Please do not open the IGCSE past papers, क्योंकि IGCSE में those students also tackle journal writing and interview writing as well, which you guys do not. और इसी तरह से they do not tackle letter writing, उनका email writing. They do not tackle email writing. All right? You guys will tackle formal and informal letter, formal and informal email, article, report, speech. Do we understand, bachcho? Good to go? Now, what exactly is directed writing testing you on? So, directed writing is the compulsory first task of the writing paper. You are given one or two short texts. हमें ये पता है कि according to the syllabus change, you get two texts. A होता है, B होता है, या 1 कर लो या 2 कर लो, and they both disagree with each other. ऐसा ही है ना? उसमें opposing views होते हैं. किसी ने डायरेक्टेड राइटिंग का कोई भी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया है अभी तक? Either one of you? Yes, okay, Zuna. So if you guys have not solved a paper, you've only seen a paper, a past paper from either 24 or 25 series, you would have come across कि there are 2 passages given now. और उन्हीं passages में से हमने डायरेक्टेड राइटिंग टास्क को डेवलप करना होता है. Are you guys following? पहले मेरा बेटा ये था कि you would only get a topic to work on. मुकद्दस, that would be it. Topic with bullet points and you would write on it. कि speech लिखो या article लिखो या जो भी. Make sense बेटे? But अब you get 2 passages as well, और उन passages के ऊपर you have to base the directed writing task. जी बच्चों, so far so good, easy peasy. हाँ, वो it's more like text A, text B समझ लो उसको. But they are shorter than the texts you tackle in paper 1. All right? अभी मैं आपको पास पेपर भी दिखा दूंगी एक. Okay. एक देखो वो अपोजिंग आर्ग्यूमेंट्स होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई रिमेंबर देयर वाज एन आर्ग्यूमेंट गिवन इन द स्पेसिमेन पेपर जब मई जून का चेंज आया था ऑन ट्रैवलिंग. सो वन पैसेज वाज अबाउट ट्रैवलिंग विद इन द कंट्री एंड द अदर आर्ग्यूमेंट वाज, एंड दैट वाज फ्रॉम अ यंगस्टर, कि ट्रैवलिंग अब्रॉड इज ऑल्सो बेनिफिशियल एंड इंपॉर्टेंट. नॉट जस्ट ट्रैवलिंग विद इन द कंट्री, even if you haven't gone through the entirety of your country. So 2 opposing arguments like that. And then according to it, you would be asked to write either one of the genres that I just discussed just now. Do we understand that, bachcho? Are we good to go? Sarosh beta, are you following completely? If there's anything at all that does not make sense, please बेटे ask me. हाँ, इस चीज के ऊपर अभी हम काम करेंगे, डिस्कसिव वगैरह के ऊपर मुकद्दस. We will talk about these things, okay? वरना अभी at this point they will confuse you. अच्छा. Now moving on, these are some of the technical details we need to understand when tackling directed writing. सबसे पहले तो obviously we need to understand कि IGCSE के पेपर में directed writing can also be a part of paper 1, जिसको वो extended writing task कहते हैं. So do not be confused because O levels में you only get this in paper 2. डायरेक्टेड राइटिंग का दूर दूर तक कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है पेपर 1 से. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? आर वी गुड टू गो? व्हाट अबाउट GCSEs? बेटा GCSEs की तो बहुत वेरिएशंस हैं फिर आयशा. There's GCSE AQA as well, there's GCSE EdXL as well. उसमें तो बहुत डिफरेंसेस आ जाते हैं मेरा बेटा. पूरा पूरा पेपर पैटर्न डिफरेंट है. हाँ, GCE O levels basically, not GCSE. Okay? हाँ, O levels में you only tackle this as part of paper 2. No, it's okay बेटा. Why would you say sorry? So this is your part, the only part, directed writing only comes in paper 2. It is a compulsory question. This is what we understand as section A. For this entire paper you get 2 hours just like paper 1. पूरा का पूरा पेपर जो होता है वो 50 मार्क्स का है. So this part is 25 marks, and because this is the writing paper, तो इसमें रीडिंग के मार्क्स 10 होते हैं और राइटिंग के मार्क्स 15 होते हैं. That's how you divide the marks. Good to go? और इसमें जो आपको टेक्स्ट मिलता है बेटा, दोनों टेक्स्ट मिला के वो आपके 400 to 450 वर्ड्स के बनते हैं, दोनों को मिला के. ऑलराइट? रिस्पॉन्स आपका कितना लंबा होना चाहिए? द वर्ड काउंट फॉर डायरेक्टेड राइटिंग एज अपोज टू नैरेटिव राइटिंग इज 250 to 350 वर्ड्स. बेटा व्हाट्स द वर्ड काउंट फॉर कॉम्पोजिशन राइटिंग? हु विल टेल मी? कॉम्पोजिशन राइटिंग का वर्ड काउंट क्या होता है? You guys should be able to answer this now. देखो डायरेक्टेड का तो मैंने आपको बता दिया ना. It is 250 to 350, 350 to 450. Excellent मुकद्दस, well done. बेटा I want all of you to start revising now. मुझे ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है कि बिल्कुल भी हम इंग्लिश के ऊपर हल्का सा भी ध्यान नहीं दे रहे. The bit size worksheets already makes things easy for you guys. Please start focusing on it. यकीन करें A* बेटा गोद में नहीं गिरेगा आके. अब देखो कल रिजल्ट है बच्चों का, इसी तरह आप लोगों का भी आएगा इंशाल्लाह. फिर सबको डर लग रहा होता है कि रिजल्ट में क्या होगा, A आएगा, B आएगा, क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. तो बेटा टाइम इज राइट नाउ ना. हाँ एग्जैक्टली, यू गाइज हैव गिवन योर एग्जाम्स एज वेल. प्लीज एट दिस पॉइंट स्टार्ट टू फोकस. ऑलराइट? महीना रह गया, अगस्त भी बिल्कुल एंड पे आ गया ऑलमोस्ट. Okay, moving on. Then बेटा we have possible formats हमने देख ली हैं. Tomorrow can be the worst day. तो वही होता है ना मेरा बेटा, देखो जैसे हर दिन आता है वैसे रिजल्ट का डे भी आ जाता है हसनैन. So that's basically it बेटा. और इसी तरह से you know how our parents tell us कि एक दिन हमने अल्लाह को भी मुंह दिखाना है, so हमने उसकी भी तैयारी करनी होती है. So basically हर दिन आ जाता है बेटे, but we have to prepare for it right now. Varna there is no point crying over spilt milk, right? So let's move on. Possible forms that we studied about, they are speech, email, report, letter and article. ये चीजें मैंने अभी आपको already पहले बता दी हैं. And these are the possible purposes. Now what do we mean by discursive, argumentative or persuasive? This is something I will tell you guys shortly. Alright? Obviously it goes without saying कि at your level dictionaries are not allowed in the exam hall, obviously. Now, why this is a reading task as well as a writing task? इसमें ऐसा आपका मार्क डिवीजन क्या होता है, आपको रीडिंग के मार्क्स कैसे मिलते हैं? So 10 of the 25 marks are reading marks, as you have just understood. They are awarded against 2 reading objectives. So there are 2 assessment objectives that they are testing you on. Number 1, analyzing, evaluating and developing facts, ideas and opinions with appropriate support from the text. Remember this one thing बच्चों, this is very much implicit in nature. Do we understand implicit and explicit? Do we get that? Yes. तो ये भी वही चीज है कि our basis of the argument, that will be the passages given. We have to develop the argument from the passages. Do we understand that? Are we good to go on that? Okay, moving on. And then, okay, hold on. Notice what those objectives do not say. They do not ask you to reproduce the text, and they do not reward covering everything in them. They reward judgment about what matters and what you do, then do with it. So basically beta, in this case each question will tell you 2 bullet points that we will fixate upon, और उसी के accordingly we have to figure out the information, retrieve the information, and then build on that information that is given in the passages. At the end of the day, if you will not develop the passages, you will get no marks. And this is one of the major problems that I see and come across in the paper, in the directed writing question that students make. मेरे बहुत सारे students हमेशा यही करते हैं कि you completely deviate from the point and you end up giving your own arguments. You know what I'm saying? ये नहीं करना. You have to make sure that your eyes, your ears, your logic, your everything is basically the passage or the passages given. Good to go? Right. Moving on, the remaining 15 marks are writing marks. They are awarded against 5 objectives: expressing what is thought, felt, and imagined, organizing and structuring ideas for deliberate effect. What effect are you trying to create? Using a range of topic related vocabulary. For example, let's suppose if I tell you guys to write something on a birthday party. What kind of do you guys think vocabulary you would use? What kind of vocabulary would you guys use? If we are to write on, what do you call it, a birthday party. Come on guys, I know you can get there. नहीं, मैं simple vocabulary पूछ रही हूँ, not the register of writing. Would you use words like cake, guests, presents, party games, party poppers, snow spray? You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah? Do we understand? So this is topic related vocabulary. Are we good to go? So please try to use topic related vocabulary. We are not looking for fancy words. We are looking for vocabulary that defines the purpose of your writing. Yes, absolutely, Muqaddas. That's right, mera beta. Good to go. Do we understand now? समझ आया? Okay. And sentence structures suitable for the context. जी बताइए बच्चों, how many sentence structures have we learned so far? Who will tell me? 3. And what do we call them? Simple, compound, complex. Very good, excellent. Please make sure that you keep on diversifying your sentence structures. Alright बच्चों? We good? Okay. एक तो ये चीज हो गई. अच्छा, let me also tell you the actual language or linguistic terms for this. What do we call vocabulary in actual linguistic terms? Any idea? No, not language. This is probably a word you guys have, we call it lexis. Have you guys ever come across it? Have you guys ever heard the word lexis? Lexis. So lexis or semantics. Have you heard these words? So if you ever come across this, you have to understand that the question or the examiner is asking you to use topic related vocabulary, which means either lexis or semantics. Alright, bachcho? Do we understand that? And what do we call sentence structure? And it's a common term, by the way. I teach all my students of grade 9, 10, 11, all of them. What do we call a sentence structure? What is the proper term for it? Syntax. Have you guys heard about it? Syntax? S-Y-N-T-A-X. Yes. Okay, Sarosh. So we call it syntax, which means sentence structures. Good to go? Do we understand now? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Challenge, let's move on. And then lastly, your appropriate register to the context and writing accurately, which means understanding punctuation properly, understanding grammar properly, tenses properly. All of this comes together in the 15 marks dedicated to writing. Good to go, bachcho? Easy peasy? Now, let's talk about what do we mean by register of writing. What does this term mean? Can any one of you tell me this? Okay. Tone is something a little different, Mukaddas. Mood. Okay. Anyone else, please? Way of writing? Genre? Okay. But way of writing, yes, Mukaddas, but what kind? Like what falls or comes under it? Vocabulary? Okay, so Mukaddas is the closest right now. Yes, exactly. Well done, Mukaddas. Basically, this is where we understand formal, informal, or sorry, wait, hold on, or semi-formal. All right? Because directed writing may we need to be particularly focused upon these registers of writing. We need to know our audience. Who's the audience, guys? What do we mean by audience? ठीक है. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Okay. Basically, the audience is whatever or whoever the question is defining that they are. If the question is telling you to write a letter to your cousin, then your cousin is your audience. And you have to change your register appropriately. From one cousin to another, you're going to mainly use the informal way of writing. But let's suppose if I tell you to write an email to the school's principal, what would be the writing register that you will then use? Can anyone tell me? Formal. Because we are not at all on friendly terms with them. We are in a professional capacity and an elder and younger person capacity with them. That's the kind of relationship we have with them, right? Let's suppose I tell you guys to write an email to the hotel manager complaining about a certain something when you stayed at their hotel. So again, bachcho, what would be the register of writing? Okay. Anyone else? Formal. Again, completely formal, not even semi-formal. In this case, if I tell you guys to write an article on junk food eating for the school magazine, what will be your register then? Okay. If you're writing an article for the school magazine, who do you think is your audience? Students, your peers, right? Your contemporaries, your schoolmates. Isn't that the case? आप स्कूल मैगजीन के लिए अगर आर्टिकल लिख रहे हैं, टीचर्स आर नॉट द मेन ऑडियंस, स्टूडेंट्स आर. स्कूल मैगजीन्स और न्यूज लेटर्स आर फॉर स्टूडेंट्स. इजंट दैट द केस? ऐसे ही होता है ना, बच्चों के लिए होता है ना वो. अगर आप कुछ लिख रहे हैं तो वो आप अपने फेलो पीयर्स के लिए लिख रहे हैं. सो इन दिस केस यू नो देम, बट बिकॉज इट्स अ ह्यूज बॉडी ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, you will not at all write in the informal register because you don't know all of them. आपको सबका तो नहीं पता ना. So you will write in the semi-formal tone. Yes, exactly. Yes, Mukaddas, it absolutely does. Are we good to go? Do we understand? Do we understand, bachcho? Every one of you, beta. I need a response. Rania, Mohammed, Hasnain. Hasnain, are you okay, मेरा बेटा? You're not speaking today? सारोश, आप भी बताओ बेटे. हसनैन, आप मुझे उदास लग रहे हो. आप उदास हो? You're too quiet. Are you okay? चलो, आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू किड्स आर, हाँ मेक सेंस बेटा. अ लॉट ऑफ दुआएं फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू इंशाल्लाह ताला. अच्छा होगा, बहुत अच्छा होगा. बट नो दिस, एंड आई ट्रूली मीन इट. मैं सिर्फ शुगर कोट नहीं कर रही, एंड आई ट्रूली ट्रूली फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ माई हार्ट मीन इट कि वन ग्रेड डज नॉट डिफाइन योर इंटेलिजेंस बच्चों. इट ट्रूली डज नॉट. आई वॉज द एब्सोल्यूट डम इन मैथ्स and my grade was a D. I'm not even kidding. It was a D. I'm doing amazing in life at this point in my subject. No, Muqaddas, it doesn't actually. आगे जाके it will not mean anything to anyone. No, Hasnain, it does not, मेरा बेटा. It will for a bit and that would be it. You have to work towards your own goals. Yes, towards your future you need to, but a win is a win as well. Okay? I will send you a video I made for my students generally, and I uploaded this on my page as well. तो मैं आप लोगों को भी भेजती हूँ वो on Instagram, on WhatsApp, because I'm not sure if all of you are following me on Insta or not. So I'll send it to you guys on WhatsApp. I want you to go through this, okay? But trust me when I tell you guys this, I am so proud of all of you because I see each one of you working really hard. हाँ देखो, हंसना लाइफ में बहुत चीजें फेस करनी होती हैं बेटा. वी विल हैव टू फेस अ लॉट इन द फ्यूचर, एंड अ लॉट दैट इजंट जस्ट गोइंग टू बी आवर रिजल्ट्स. वी हैव टू बी स्ट्रांग. ओके, इंशाल्लाह अच्छा होगा आगे जो भी होगा. इट डजंट डिफाइन योर एंटायर लाइफ टू कम. इट डज नॉट डिफाइन योर एंटायर एफर्ट और हार्ड वर्क दैट यू पुट इन. इट डजंट मेक यू अ फेलियर. इट डजंट मेक यू डम. इट डजंट मेक यू स्टूपिड. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it makes you all the more intelligent because you're working hard to whatever आपको परेशानी भी है कि पता नहीं क्या result आएगा, and you're trying to work hard. And as far as I have taught any one of you, I would definitely say कि you Gen Zs are so much better than we used to be. You genuinely work hard toward your goals. I'm proud of you guys. So be proud of your wins as well, beta. Celebrate your wins as well. A win is a win as well. Okay? Chalo. Let's move on then. Inshallah Taala, I'm more tense because of recent news. हाँ वो भी एक चीज है. वो तो I think वो तो ज्यादा बड़ा फैक्टर है. जो कैम्ब्रिज की हरकतें हैं वो ज्यादा बड़ा फैक्टर है कि शायद वो आपका बनता भी ना हो ग्रेड और उनकी वजह से ही ग्रेड नीचे चला जाए. You're right about that, Hasnain. Let's just see. Let's just wait for tomorrow, and let's see where we stand. Okay? Let's just see that. Okay, let's move on then. So, bachcho, do we understand so far? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Okay. So, next up, Miss, is this true that in October, November? Yes, mera beta, they are, Aisha. They are harder as well and the threshold is generally higher. But, rest assured, Allah पे भरोसा, अपनी मेहनत पूरी करो, अल्लाह मालिक है इंशाल्लाह. इस बार तो आपने देखा मई जून में भी क्या हाल हुआ है. सो अल्लाह मालिक है बेटा इंशाल्लाह. बस अल्लाह से दुआ करो, अपनी मेहनत पूरी करो. मे गॉड बी विद ऑल ऑफ यू इंशाल्लाह. अच्छा, दिस इज नॉट अ समरी गाइज. अच्छा, ये वो पॉइंट है जो मुझे बार बार ना अपने स्टूडेंट्स को रिटेरिएट करना पड़ता है और रिमाइंड करवाना पड़ता है, बिकॉज काफी बच्चों को लगता है कि ठीक है जो पैसेजेस दिए हुए उन्हीं को हम थोड़ा उल्टा पुल्टा करके लिख देते हैं. That's not the case, guys. This is not a summary. Summary is the only task that you get in paper 1, and it has different rules as opposed to this particular task. So you are not considering the texts for a neutral reader. You are taking the ideas you need and you are forming judgment on them, and then you're putting them to work for somebody specific who wants something specific from you. For example, मैं छोटी सी example देती हूँ. Let's suppose you go to buy some electronics from the market with your parents. You come across, let's suppose, a fridge. ठीक है, a refrigerator or a fridge maybe. अब बड़े मजे मजे के fridges आ गए, the double door ones as well, the ones that literally produce ice cubes as well, so on and so forth. अब आपको भी let's suppose एक ऐसा fridge पसंद आता है. You go to the shopkeeper and you ask them to tell you both the pros and the cons. जब वो आपको pros and cons बताएगा, only then will you be able to make a judgment on it, right? लेट सपोज आप ये कह दो कि आपको भी फ्रिज के बारे में कुछ नहीं पता, ना उसकी अच्छी चीजें ना बुरी, और आप कह दो यार ये फ्रिज तो महंगा बहुत है इसलिए ये फारिग है. वाई बाय इट? That is not a sound judgment. That's not an informed opinion. You knew nothing about it. जैसे हमारी दुनिया में इस तरह के बहुत लोग हैं जिनको हम कीबोर्ड वॉरियर्स कहते हैं, जो सिर्फ सोशल मीडिया पे बैठ के लोगों के कमेंट सेक्शंस में उनको बुरा भला कह रहे होते हैं, बट उनको पीछे से कुछ पता नहीं होता क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा. Take the Israel or the Palestine issue for example. So many Israelis or so many what do you call it, ये जो है Zionists, they have no idea about the fact and they are literally blind to the idea that the Palestine issue started back in 1948, not on the 7th of October 2023, right? We all know this. But some are blind to it entirely, and the opinions they give or the judgment they make on it is literally one side of the argument that Israel is feeding them. और जो समझ जाते हैं, they know, and I'm talking about the non-Muslims, they know that Israel is at fault because they have understood both sides of the argument. Do you guys know what I'm saying, guys? और ये तो छोटी छोटी बातें हमारी जनरल लाइफ में भी होती हैं. अगर 3 दोस्त हैं, 2 में लड़ाई हुई है, तो आई रिमेंबर कि आई वुड ऑलवेज टेल माई फ्रेंड्स दिस कि अगर लड़ाई हो भी गई है तो मैं दोनों की कहानी सुनूंगी एंड देन आई विल से कि कौन गलत था कौन नहीं था, सिर्फ एक की बात सुन के नहीं. यू नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग गाइस? सो दिस इज वेयर बच्चों, इन दिस पर्टिकुलर आंसर, इन दिस पर्टिकुलर टास्क, यू हैव टू जज by understanding both sides of the argument. Does that make sense?